Okay, so here's something I find absolutely hilarious. So this fraud is trying to claim that the Q8FN is absolutely destroying the C10 OLED. Well, if you guys have been paying attention, Quantum has been doing nothing but echoing Black Crush about the C10. Oh my god, it's got Black Crush. It has no shadow detail. Yada yada yada. Well, here in his own video where he's claiming the Q8FN is absolutely destroying the LG C10 OLED, he glosses right over the fact that the Q8FN is clearly exhibiting way more Black Crush than the LG C10. So I just wanted to bring his video up to kind of bring light to this subject. So I'm going to zoom in here on the C10, and I want you to try and pay attention to how much shadow detail you can see on the C10. And as I pan over here to the Q8FN, you can see the dramatic difference in loss of shadow detail in comparison. Well, we already know why he's glossing over this fact, because he will do whatever he can to spin his own narrative and bias. This guy is a pool of misinformation to the AV community, and I truly feel sorry for you people out there believing it. Honestly, I shouldn't feel sorry if you don't have enough common sense to see right through him, but it is what it is. So you can clearly see on the C10 we have a lot more shadow detail than is present on the Q8FN. And let's go ahead and bring up another scene here. The next scene he demonstrates. Hold on, let me zoom out first. Let me make sure it's muted because I really don't feel like listening to his voice and misinformation. Alright, this is an even better example of the loss of shadow detail that you have on the Q8FN. So as you can see here, you can clearly see the rocks on that mountainside there. We pan over to the Q8FN. You will be hard pressed to make out any rocks whatsoever, as it is just a pool of darkness. Another thing I want to point your attention to, let me go ahead and get rid of the mute icon, is the specular highlight details, or rather the sun, which is clearly visible on the C10. Whereas if we go over to the Q8FN, sure, that sun is there, but it is lost in a pool of clouding and hazing, where it presents itself as clipping that specular highlight detail. C10 is maintaining more of the specular highlight detail. So it's not just presenting more highlight detail and it is presenting more shadow detail and highlight detail. Whereas on the Q8FN, you are losing a little bit of both. Now, why is the Q8FN crushing blacks to the extent it is? Well, this is because, like many of us know, the Q8FN has a very aggressive full array local dimming algorithm, which has been mentioned by many professional AV reviewers like Artings, and was also mentioned about the Q9FN in the Value Electronics shootout a few years back. Now, why do I bring up that shootout? Well, that's because I heard QuantumTV claimed that this was false, and he actually went out of his way to make a video trying to expose Value Electronics about this point. He claims the Q8FN does not crush any blacks, levels, or shadow detail, where it clearly does, because it's trying to suppress blooming, clouding, and light bleed as much as it can, because it is not self-emissive, it is a transmissive display. Sorry, my screensaver popped back up here. So I hope that I've done some justice on demonstrating exactly how much shadow detail you are losing on the Q8FN in comparison to the C10, and shine some light onto the fact that the C10 is not crushing blacks to the extent that this clown is trying to claim. So thanks for watching.